Today we're going to dual and tri-wield the SNES cores. Typically you'd pick either 2002, 2005, or 2010 and just stick with the command line like this. You would have the /bin/SNES. The problem is 2002, 2005, and 2010 all share that exact same command line. So I had to adjust the cores to compensate for that and give a different command line so that you could dual or tri-wield them. So when you download the updated cores, you're going to be able to do this now. We have a Super R type here. I want to use the 2005 core, so it's going to be SNES 05 rather than SNES because that would point to all three cores. This is specifically pointing to the 2005 core. Now I'm going to R type 3. And it's too bad our IRM, the company that made these, went out of business because it's an excellent company. A lot of great games they made over the years. This I have configured to SNES 10. Now when we go to the modules on here, and we're going to look at what the information is on here. And you might notice in the core that I posted for 2010, right underneath here is a part that says due to a bug in this core, save states do not function properly. Ignore that. That has changed months ago. I just didn't notice that I didn't remove it from the core information. But as of right now, SNES bin would point to pretty much 2002, 2005, and 2010. And then we could do the SNES 10 to point just to 2010. And this is helpful when you play the FX games because you could either use the FX Overclock on the SNES games for 2010 core, or you could just use 2005. And I've showed you this in previous videos, but I'm going to load up the mini NES real quick to give you a better example of this. But anyways, you could get the updated cores, and you'll be able to pick between 2002, 5, and 10, or you could have 2 or 3 all at the same time now. But let's show you the mini NES. So we're going to go to our Super R type. Remember, I set it to a specific core, so we're going to see what core it's on when it loads. And we have SNES X 2005. Sorry, SNES 9X 2005. So we're good on that one. Now we're going to go to the 2010 core, which I set for the other one, R type 3. And the difference between the 2005 and 2010 cores are that the 2005 is less accurate, so games that are FX driven, such as Yoshi's Island and Pilot Wings, etc., run a little bit better sound-wise and such, and are not as choppy due to that less accurate emulation. But the SNES 2010 core is more accurate, so as a result, you suffer as far as the sound and all that. But you can go into the RetroArch options, and you do have the FX Overclock, and I usually keep it enabled when I'm playing any FX games. So it works pretty good for that. And you can go up to 100 megahertz overclock. And I run it on games like Star Fox, Pilot Wings. I mean, you get that minute sound skipping, but it does not bother me at all. I'd like to use on 2010 core, but some people are more purists and they'd rather have a game that doesn't have the laggy sound and all that. But when you play a LucasArts game like Super Star Wars and such, you're going to want to run it on the 2010 core because it has better accurate emulation of the sound. But if you run it on the 2005 core, it's going to sound like crap. So you kind of have like the pluses and minuses for each core, but here you have the ability to dual wield them or tri-wield them now. There are a couple games, very few, that run better on the 2002 core, and that's the same thing. It's pretty much a choice of how you do the command line and which you want to run. But anyways, you can get the updated 2002, 2005, and 2010 cores for my Mega HMod thread, and you just have to change the command lines to SNES 02, SNES 05, or SNES 10 if you want to use 2 or 3 of them. So I hope that helps.